Hi, I'm Larissa with the blog timeonourhands.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make an all-natural, really effective, really simple foot balm for dry feet. So let's dive in. I'm going to go through the basic ingredients, and then afterwards I'll go through each ingredient in more detail so you know how you can customize this to fit your particular needs. For this project, you'll need the following ingredients. You'll need 0.5 ounces of beeswax, 24 drops of essential oils, 3.5 to 4 ounces of an herbal infused oil, or if you're going to make your own herbal infused oil, you'll need 3.5 to 4 ounces of an oil such as olive oil, castor oil, almond oil, coconut oil, or another type of skin-friendly oil, plus a 1/4 cup of dried botanicals. Okay, so now I'm gonna go through all of the ingredients one by one. So the first thing that you need is 1/2 ounce of beeswax. So beeswax can come in a variety of different forms. You could get a block like this. I get these locally from a place called Swan's Honey in Maine. I love being able to support my local economy, and it's a 100% natural product. It's a byproduct of making honey, so it doesn't hurt the bees. So you can do this, and for this you only need a 1/2 ounce, so you'll just need to cut off or even shave off a little bit of this. These blocks can be really hard to work with. One thing I found is that if you put it in the freezer, put it in a plastic bag, and then just take a hammer to it, like a sledgehammer, you can kind of break it into little pieces that are easier to work with. So what most people do is use these prepackaged beeswax pellets or pastilles, like this. This is what they look like. These are a little bigger than some of the ones I've seen. Some of them just look like little lentils. So this is the amount you need. This is 1/2 ounce, so it's really not very much. So the second ingredient that I'm gonna go over is oil. So you can use olive oil or coconut oil in this recipe and it will work fine. I'm going to use castor oil for this batch because castor oil is really good for your skin. I did a batch of this yesterday as well, and I used argan oil, and that's also great for your skin. But really any kind of oil will work. And we're going to infuse that oil with some herbs. But another option, if you have this on hand, or if you're planning on doing shopping just for this project, you can get an already infused oil. So when you see something called herbal oil, this is St. John's wort herbal oil from Mountain Rose Herbs. It just means that it's an herb infused into an oil. So this is infused into olive oil. So you can buy these already made. You could buy all kinds of different oils like calendula, chamomile, all kinds of things. So you don't have to make it yourself. And honestly, you could just use the oil without infusing it. The herbs just add a little bit more therapeutic properties to it. And I'll also just mention in terms of the quantity that you're going to use, I said 3.5 ounces to 4 ounces of oil. So this one I made yesterday. You're going to see this is pretty oily, and this is actually the way I like it. So I used 4 ounces of oil in this because sometimes with these beeswax balms, they can get rock solid, and it's really hard to even just get your finger in to get it. So this is pretty goopy, and that's my preferred consistency, but I can see how not everybody would like that. So if you want yours a little bit waxier, go to the 3.5 ounces of the oil. I'm actually going to try that today so you can see and compare the two. So in terms of botanical matter, so these are your herbs to infuse into your oil. You have a lot of choices here. So this is calendula. It's also called pot marigold. It's not the same as the marigold that you see at the nursery, but it's a different flower entirely, but it's really, really good for your skin. It's in all kinds of skincare products, commercial made and natural. So these, in order to pick these, you just grow them in a pot, pick the flowers and dry them out. I actually did these last year. The batch that I made yesterday, I made with Roman chamomile flowers. So that I infused into the argan oil. And those work great too. So those, again, I grew them in my garden. I started them in my arrow garden inside actually. And then once they flowered, I just pick the flowers off. I lay them out on like my kitchen counter for a couple days, just till they're really dry. So you can see how dry these are. There's no moisture in them at all. But you can also buy prepackaged flowers or dried botanicals. This is calendula from Mountain Rose Herbs. For this type of product, Mountain Rose Herb is a great supply for you. They have pretty much everything you need. They'll have the herbal infused oils. They'll have other types of oils. Actually, almost everything here is from Mountain Rose Herbs, except this argan oil. This is from a place called Plant Therapy. They're also a really good place to buy from. But you can buy calendula flowers. You can grow your own flowers. I also have these arnica flowers. These are typically used in like a trauma oil. So anywhere where you're having pain, you can infuse arnica and then just rub that oil onto like your joints. I use this a lot for this particular project for feet. You could do this if you have sore feet or something like that. Arnica actually might work pretty good. And then the final ingredient is essential oil. So this you don't absolutely have to add, but I think essential oils are great. If you don't know much about them, and even if you do, if you go online, it can often seem kind of like people are selling snake oil. Like there's so much misinformation out there. So I would just recommend buying a good book about essential oils, because there is actually some science behind it. Like when you extract the oil, there are all kinds of really great properties in it. So the difference between an essential oil versus what I have here, which is the infused oil. An essential oil is the oil directly from the plant and nothing is added to it. So it's usually from distillation. So like for lavender, you would take a bunch of lavender, you'd put it in water, you'd boil it, and then when that water evaporates, then it's captured, and then the water and the oil are separated. So this is pure essence of the plant. So that's why it's so expensive. It's expensive to make, and it's really potent. So I'm using lavender and geranium. These are both really safe oils to use and really great oils for your skin. So I'm gonna do 12 drops of geranium, 12 drops of lavender. But you can use all kinds of different oils. So one you could use for a foot balm is tea tree oil. It's also called melaleuca. That's the scientific name. If you're really prone to athlete's foot, which is a fungal infection, tea tree oil is an antifungal. So you can put some in there. I probably wouldn't put all 24 drops, but maybe you could put 6 drops in. It's pretty potent. It has a very medicinal smell. So you might not want to put it on in the morning and walk around, but at night, if you don't mind the smell, you could put some of that in. And even if you just put a drop or two, that will actually help prevent athlete's foot. So before we keep going, I just want to invite you to subscribe to our channel and like this video. We have all kinds of videos on this channel, including all natural DIY self-care, crafts, home decorating, and home DIY and carpentry. So now we're going to make the infused oil. So I have this mason jar. I love these because they actually have measuring marks on here. So I can measure it and then actually infuse it right in here. This is just one method of infusing. This is a quick stovetop way. They also have infusing machines. I actually have one going right behind me. It's called the Levo. Most people use it for cannabis, for making cannabis butter and stuff like that, for making edibles. But you can actually use it for any kind of herb. So I'm just gonna take about 1/4 cup. I'm gonna add my calendula into my 4 ounces of castor oil. And just make sure it's in there good. And then I have a small saucepan I filled this with water as hot as I could get it from the tap. So I'm just gonna see the temperature. We want a temperature of about 115 degrees. So it's at 109.5 right now. So it's really just like very warm water. You don't want to simmer it. You definitely don't want to boil it. You don't want to cook it. You just want to create enough heat for the botanicals to release their oils into this oil. So I'm just making sure that's all submerged, and then I'm going to put it in here. So I have this on my warming zone on my stove. If you don't have a warming zone, I would just say use very hot water, and then maybe every now and then put it onto your burner on as low as it will go, just to get it back up to temperature. But again, it's not simmering, it's not boiling. It's just very, very warm. There, see, that's already at 122 degrees, which that's fine. If you have a warming zone, just turn that on and that'll be just perfect. So it's just a saucepan with some water with my oil and then my herbs inside the oil, and we're gonna leave that for 2 hours. This has now been on the warmer on the stove for about 2 hours. So I'm checking to see how it's doing, and as you can see, the color of the oil has changed. So the calendula has really seeped into that oil. So this is now ready to use. The oil is now ready, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that out of the saucepan. You can see how it's really infused nicely into the oil. So I'm gonna put that aside, and now I'm gonna use the same saucepan to melt the beeswax. And then after that, we'll strain the infused oil into the beeswax and get that mixed together. So you can go ahead and take your final container if you like, or you could just do this in a separate container and add your beeswax to like a glass jar. So I'm using my 1/2 pint canning jar. That will be my container for my finished balm. And this will melt pretty quickly. You'll want to set your heat. You can set it to medium or low or even high to bring it up to speed to begin with. It won't take long though, so I would just keep it at medium and be patient. So just put it in there and let it sit. So while the beeswax is still melting, I'm going to take care of my herbal infused oil. So I have a strainer that fits right on top of a glass. So I just put that on and then strain the oil and the botanicals right into another container. And I just tamp down the botanical matter just to try to get all of the oil that I can out of it. Once you have that all strained, just set that aside and finish up your beeswax. So my beeswax is just about melted here. It's taken about 10 minutes. And now I'm going to add just a few flowers of calendula just to add a little interest to it and maybe a little bit of exfoliation. Now I'm adding my strained infused oil into it. So remember, I infused 4 ounces, but for this batch I want it a little bit waxier. So I'm actually only adding 3.5 ounces of the oil to my beeswax. And then I just stirred it up really well. And now we're on to our final step. So take it off the stove and add your 24 drops of essential oil. So I added 12 drops of lavender and 12 drops of geranium and just stirred it well. And then you just set it aside, let it harden just for a couple hours. So that's all there is to it. I'm gonna compare the batch that I made today with the batch I made yesterday. So this is the one that I just showed you how to make. So this had the 3.5 ounces of oil in the castor oil with dried calendula. So it's really a soft wax. It works pretty well, but it is definitely more on the waxy side than the oily side. But I'm putting it on my hands. This balm is actually good for everywhere, not just your feet. But it's going on really nicely. So I think that turned out really well. The one that I made yesterday, I used 4 ounces of oil. So it's really just a personal preference which you prefer, oily or waxy. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoy filming these videos and I hope you enjoy them. If you have any questions at all, please leave them below. I will literally answer any question that you have, so don't hesitate. And be sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and if you'd like to read the full tutorial, visit our blog at timeonourhands.com. Thanks and have a great day.